There were more chilling details tonight in the Lori Vallow murder trial. The cult mother accused of killing her two youngest children. An FBI forensic examiner took the stand today and said 16-year-old Tylee's bones had signs of stabbing and chopping injuries. While he was not able to determine what exact tools were used, the examiner speculated that it was either a machete, a hatchet, or a cleaver. A forensic biologist also testified that she found Tylee's DNA on a shovel and a pickaxe handle found at Chad Daybell's property. Chad is Lori's fifth husband. His wife was murdered just weeks after the kids were killed. Authorities found the two children buried on his property. Joining us now is forensic analyst Joseph Scott Morgan and criminal defense attorney and NewsNation legal analyst Sara Azari. Doctor, I'd like to start with you first. The forensic scientist on the stand today testified that she found two latent prints on a plastic bag that JJ was in, and that those prints belonged to Alex, Lori's brother.
Yeah, you're right. And Elizabeth, this is probably to say that this is a plethora of information. This is the most data that we received or have been exposed to at this point in this trial. We were just awash with it, and that is significant because for a long time, many of us had suspected that Alex did in fact have something to do, at least with the hiding of these bodies. Now, whether or not he was actually the perpetrator, no one will ever know because he is now deceased. However, the fact that there was a latent print left behind by him puts him in contact with this bag, with the tape, all these other items that are out there.
And what about this testimony about the condition of Tylee's bones, that they showed injuries that were of a chopping type injury? What does that tell you?
Yeah, it's absolutely ghastly. These are going to be post-mortem injuries or after-death injuries. It almost seems, Elizabeth, and I'm kind of going out on a limb here, as if her remains in total had been burned, and then they went back, perhaps, because these are very rudimentary. It's not very well ordered. It's almost like they tried to dismember her body after it had been on fire. They went to the center of the body. These injuries were impacted around the pelvic area and the tailbone. So it's like they're trying to break the body up after the body has been set on fire. Absolutely ghastly stuff.
Oh, Sara, this is the second day of this horrific testimony. Yesterday was all about the 7-year-old boy, her brother, JJ. How is the defense trying to rebut this when they get their chance to cross-examine these witnesses?
Yeah, Elizabeth, good to be with you. You know, the defense is doing exactly what defense attorneys do when they cross-examine the prosecution's experts. They are trying to discredit everything from their background, experience, expertise, to specifically the investigation they did in this case. They're using like purposeful phrases like somebody screwed up, or had you done this, you would have known this, but you didn't do it.
But is it working?
And at times it might. Well, here's the thing. It might seem futile at times, but we have to remember that when the defense puts on its case, they're going to put up their own experts to challenge and offer a different account to this jury. And so ultimately, it's going to be up to the jury to decide which set of experts are more reliable, which set of science is more reliable that they can adopt in their, deliberations. But I have to tell you, Elizabeth, that the investigation and the analysis, the forensics here is extraordinary. It's not like LAPD in my cases or SLED and Murdoch. You know, they have DNA, fingerprint, tools, pathology, anthropology, GPS, all of it. And so the question really becomes is, I think the defense is going to, well, but we still don't know who in terms of who is the doer. We don't know if it's a male or female that stabbed or chopped Tylee. And, the problem is that doesn't really even matter at the end when she has a conspiracy charge.
Right.
And there's all these ties between Alex and Chad and her.
Yeah, the fingerprints that belong to Alex that are found on the plastic bag no longer seem so, she's not charged with actually killing her own children. She's charged with conspiring to kill them.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right.
Yeah.
Listen, it's a tough case. Thank you both for explaining what happened and the importance of what we heard today. Joseph Scott Morgan and Sara Azari, we'll have you back on, I am sure. Thank you both.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.